What a beautiful sight. It's we have one empty chair, but we're going to leave that for, the mystery guest, or maybe Lynn. Lynn, do you have a seat?
Yep.
Okay.
I have 4 of them.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, welcome to our Folk Vespers hour, and I'm Lorraine Ashdown. I'm the minister. I have the enormous privilege to be the minister here at Bowen Island United Church, which we also call the Little Red Church. And it's just a joy to see you all here. There's friends, there's family, there's dogs. I mean, it's just kind of perfect. One thing you should know is that, now don't be scared, but there's a small chance that an apple could fall on your head.
Tiny chance.
A tiny chance. We think that in the few days that we've been here rehearsing, that most of them have fallen to the ground. But if you're worried, you might not want to sit right under the tree. But I think where the Spear clan is, and Angela back there and Mike, that's probably pretty safe. It's all pretty safe. It's just that it could happen.
And we think it could be good luck, too, if you get hit by an apple.
For sure. Absolutely. Yes. So welcome to, this is Bowen Island, of course. It's also the Huelachen, which is the Squamish word for Bowen Island. And it's core value of ours that we remember where we are and upon whose land we live and work and worship. And we owe a debt of gratitude because we just got here a few hundred years ago. And our Indigenous siblings have been here way longer than that. And so every day we do our part as to the best of our ability to walk this path of reconciliation with our Indigenous siblings. And we also, another core value is to say to you, all of you, that no matter who you are, and no matter who you love, and no matter where you are on your faith journey, and no matter the color of your skin, you are welcome here, always, at Bowen Island United. Oh, there goes one, but it didn't hit anybody. So that's good.
Come on down. You're
this
the
is going to
first
be the
contestant
major
on
excitement of the
Apple
afternoon.
Falls.
Yeah. And you're not going to hear the words of the songs because you're going to be worrying about the apples. But anyway, we're just going to really hope that that doesn't happen. So we have gathered, finally, to be outside, to be together. The point of this, this is a worship service. It's a Vespers service. So it's still gathering with some form of prayer, some form of meditation, lots of music. And the idea is to just take an hour off these things that have been preoccupying us for the last several months. We're coming out of COVID, but that was a tricky time over the months when we were isolated and in our bubbles and weren't able to gather like this. And now we're out, but we've entered another world of fires and smoke and other hurdles and difficulties. So what I want for you to feel for this hour is just to be in community, just to take an hour off of these things that have worried us and concerned us for some months now. Be with your family, be with your friends, and enjoy yourselves. We're going to have a time of just gentle transition.
I hope whoever's needing that is in good hands.
Before we go any farther, we are the Chillbillies, and we are the Chillbillies without a Billy. Susan Monroe is normally with us practicing for the last couple of days, and she got ill, and so she and her fiddle are missed today. And we have Loren Spear here. Yay! And Loren grew up on Bowen Island. Loren is Diane's daughter, and Loren is Ted's daughter. And our friend, and most of us Billies love Loren like she was our own Billy. She's an adopted, treasured Billy. So Loren has a really wonderful, flourishing career in music and other things. And we're just so lucky to have you here and singing with us. And that's Loren's song that she wrote. And she showcased that. And otherwise, she's going to be singing harmony with us and just playing along. So thank you.
Thank you for helping me.
So back to last winter. I'm just going to reorganize myself a little bit here. I was saying to the girls, it's a little cheeky of me to preside and play, and usually the presider presides and the players play. So I'm going to be going back and forth, and thank you for your blessings on all of that. Last winter, many of us spent a lot of time alone, and we were separated from our loved ones, and we were locked down in our bubbles. And our band, these wonderful women here, plus Susan, we were determined to keep playing. And so we continued. And I wish I could show you the photo documentation of our practices, because we were outside in toques and scarves and mitts until the very last minute, because we all play stringed instruments. Yeah. And thanks to Di and Liz, we had propane heat, so that was wonderful. And but you know, despite the heaters and the wind, despite the heaters, the wind and the rain coming off the ocean is a formidable fiend, but it did not deter us. And we met almost every week, I think, right? Throughout the cold COVID pandemic winter months. We laughed a lot, and we made music to the best of our ability. And yes, we do all play stringed instruments, so we were very forgiving of one another as our digits kind of went into the kinesthetic muscle memory thing and not so much true touch. But the ocean cracked around us, and the eagles circled, and the crows watched carefully for manna falling for their beaks, and we made some wonderful memories. We made some absolutely wonderful memories. I know we all shared that dark COVID. Oh man, this was hard. But being together with all of you and making music to the best of our ability was a wonderful gift. We had blankets, and we had treats, and we had tea, and we had wine, and nothing could keep us from what we consider to be most important, which is love and happiness.
1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a wishing well, here's a penny for any thought it is that makes you smile. Every diamond dream, everything that brings love and happiness to your life.
Is a rabbit's foot. Take it when you go, so you'll always know
will always have a lucky star. It shines because of what you are, even in the deepest dark. Because your aim is true, and if I could only have one wish, darling, then it would be this: love and happiness for you. Here's a spinning wheel, take it one to learn. There's a way to turn straw to gold. Here's a rosary, count on every beat, with a prayer to keep hope that you hold. You will always have a lucky star. It shines because of what you are, even in the deepest dark. Because your aim is true, and if I could only have one wish, darling, then it would be this: love and happiness for you. And if I could only have one wish, darling, then it would be this: love and happiness for you.
That song was recorded by Emmylou Harris and Mark Knopfler. I don't know who wrote it, do you? No.
Dolly? Did Dolly write it?
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Get back to you on that.
So for those of you who are visiting today, I know there's some people who have come from way over there. And if, for those of us who live here, can you imagine life without the ups and downs and stalls and the triumphs of our ferry? Can you imagine? What if we had a bridge or a tunnel or something? It would be so boring. The Queen of Capilano. That boat has taken us through storms, through heat and snow and gale force winds. I remember a few years ago, Di, I think you were on that crazy crossing. It was a particular sailing with up and down and up and down, and our wee ship was tossed on the sea. And it was kind of like just a little piece of popcorn, right? Like the boat was, you know.
Steady.
And I think that was the last sailing of the day, that day, before the captain and the crew canceled the rest. And the winds were howling through the sound, and the boat took on water as it rocked back and forth, rolling over each wave, daring to face another. And it was really scary, eh, Dad?
It was.
Super scary. And some crossings in life are like that. Some crossings in life, they feel like you feel a little breathless and out of control and frightened. Our stomachs rise to our throats, and we can't seem to calm our inner seas. Maybe we had some of those times in the last 18 months. But it's during those times that we need to breathe and trust that we have what it takes, the inner resources and resilience to make it to the other side. The Queen of Capilano is a fine vessel, and it gets us from A to B. But here's the story of another kind of ship, the Providence Ferry. If those of God created microphones for a reason. Those of you who know this song, please sing along.
I swing a hammer, but you know I'd rather hang my slick or where the boatmen gather. I have heard angels singing sweet hallelujah high on the rigging, and oh yes, and I'll be ready when they call my number. I'm gonna get a one-way ticket on the Providence ferry, gonna carry me home. I'm gonna let it ooh. Need to pray the matter, listen to the music and the name you're giving. Joe was a carpenter, that's for certain. Gonna sing that tune till they bring down the curtain. Oh yes, and I'll be ready when they call my number. I'm gonna get a one-way ticket on the Providence ferry, gonna carry me home. I'm gonna let it ooh. Safe in the bosom of the ocean's daughter, rope and canvas, oak and pine, gonna carry me over to the other side. Oh yes, and I'll be ready when they call my number. I'm gonna get a one-way ticket on the Providence ferry, gonna carry me home. I'm gonna let it ooh. Oh yes, and I'll be ready when they call my number. I'm gonna get it one-way ticket on the Providence ferry, gonna carry me home. And I'm gonna carry me home. And I'm gonna carry me home. And I'm gonna let
Hi, Lizzie Billy. Oh my goodness.
so much fun.
So we have all been through, going back to the sea analogy, through some rough seas in the past year, and most likely there's more challenges to come. But the good news is that we are here together now with friends and with family, able to celebrate what really matters in our lives. Relationships and community. We look around at our surroundings and appreciate the beauty of this place, this island, this natural world. And our hearts are heavy, too, as we know so many in BC now who are living with fire and smoke and heat. And so I invite us just to take a moment in stillness and to send our love and our concern for all of those thousands of BC residents and for the animals whose worlds have been turned upside down by this ongoing stress. We send them our love and we send them our courage, and we take a moment to allow our hearts and minds to focus on the role that we play as we continue to live on a planet that is struggling for survival. So let's just take a few moments of silence. and we come out of the silence, remembering that the most important place to be is here and now. Remembering that our feet are still firmly on the ground, our hearts are beating, and to live and respond to the immediate moment is one of our greatest challenges. Contemplative Richard Rohr says that the here and now always feels like nothing, like nowhere, but it's actually where everything always happens. The idea for today's gathering is to allow you to go deep in this here and now place for as long as you are able to, and to trust in what really matters to you. For me, what really matters is your presence here today, all of you. There's maybe 5 faces that I don't know, and many that I do, and I think at the risk of getting overly emotional, I really just treasure you all. I truly love you all. It's just such a overwhelming sight to me to see you all, and to have lived here for 20 years and to know so many of you, and feel such a deep connection with you. And so these people, the ones in my life that rescue me from myself, and there are others of you out there. They make me laugh. They clean me up when I'm a mess. Literally. And to me, that's what I consider to be stuff that works. I'm not going to cry now.
Well, I might.
This song is written by Guy Clark. Got an old blue shirt and it fits me just fine. I like the way it feels and I wear it all the time. Got an old guitar and it won't ever stay in tune. I like the way it sounds in a dark and empty room. Got an old got an old pair of boots and they fit me just right. I can work all day and I can dance all night. Got an old car and it runs just like a top. Got a feeling and it ain't ever gonna stop. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up. Kind of stuff you can't hang on. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel. Kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Got some pretty good friends and they've seen me at my worst. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, but they always come when the chips are down. They're the kind of friends I like to hang around. Well, the man I love is crazy and he paints like God.
a playground sense of justice. He don't take odds. Got a tattoo with my name right through his soul. Seems like everything he touches turns to gold. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up, kind of stuff you can't hang on a wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel, kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Kind of stuff you reach for when you fall.
If you forget the name of that song, it's just called Stuff. So it is mid-August. I'm sorry to say that if it offends anybody. It's really hard to believe. But take your minds back to April and March, and in some cases February. And that was a time when we could see the days were getting longer. And I remember being here and the tiny little shoots of flowers were popping out there. Hardy flowers started to pop out of the ground, to dare to show their faces, and to grace our lives with spots of beauty for another season. And it's always thrilling when the first salmon berries appear on the trails and you can look at those tiny tasty berries, pick them off their stalks, and enjoy their sour but yummy taste. And back in the spring we had rain, and in the winter we had rain. And now we pray for those rains to return and to nourish the earth. It's amazing how some of the plants and the flowers in our lives continue to flourish, and they bring us hope. They bring us a reminder of our own strength and resilience and determination to be the best that we can be against strong odds. The survival of the beautiful plants doesn't just happen, though. They need to be watered and nourished, trimmed and attended to, much like the human spirit. Relationships based on love and respect and a desire to see the other thrive bring us peace and deep satisfaction. Loving and being loved. Full stop. And then we have a really good chance of blooming, just like the oleander.
This is a song by Sarah Harmer, Oleander. It's in G. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oleander, will you bloom again in spring? I adored you and I ignored you. Now to me you're everything. And those white blossoms you gave freely are just twinkles in your eye. Oleander, oleander, grows on the inside. She will forgive me, for I bring water, sunny wind to sit by. Oleander, oleander, you're just waiting for the time to say it's alright. Another season has brought us another chance. We're together in this hot weather to dance. Oleander, I think you're better. I think you made it through another winter. Oleander, I think you're better. I think you made it through another winter. Well, nothing's ended, it's all been mended. It's the way that it should be. You're coming back, you're coming back. It was so lonely here, just me. This time no promises of what's to come. We'll just live it for the day. Oleander, I see you stand there, and I know you'll be okay. Oleander, I think you're better. I think you made it through another winter. Oleander, I think you're better. I think you made it through another winter. Lorraine on harmony.
Diane is doing double duty because we are so used to having our fiddle player. So thank you, Diane. I'm also doing double duty.
Yay, Lorraine! Woohoo!
Oh dear. There is a time in a folk Vespers service or a jazz Vespers service, which we had last month, where we pause to catch up with how the music has touched us. We pause to offer an internal gratitude. We pause to look around, see whose company we're in. And we pause to hear the birds. Feel the presence of the Spirit. Feel the presence of one another. We pause to offer a prayer. So that's this time. We're going to have a little bit of silence again. And then out of that silence, I'm going to say for you a version of the Lord's Prayer that comes from New Zealand. This is a paperless service, and so I just invite you to close your eyes and to listen to the words, and ideally they will resonate with you. So we'll just take a little bit of time for silence. Eternal Spirit, Earth Maker, Pain Bearer, Life Giver, Source of all that is and that shall be, Father and Mother of us all, loving God in whom is heaven, the hallowing of your name echo through the universe, the way of your justice be followed by the peoples of the world. Your heavenly will be done by all created beings. Your commonwealth of peace and freedom sustain our hope and come on earth. With the bread we need for today, feed us. In the hurts we absorb from one another, forgive us. In times of temptation and test, strengthen us. From trial too great to endure, spare us. From the grip of all that is evil, free us. For you reign in the glory of the power that is love, now and forever. Amen. And I know that today in particular we hold in our prayers and in our hearts the people of Afghanistan for the incredible turmoil that's happening right now. And we hold in our hearts the people of Haiti, once again hit by natural disaster. Those are just two collective prayers. And I know that we all have our own thoughts and concerns around these things, but I just wanted to lift that up. And since this is a sacred hour, we take an offering in this service, and the offering goes to just provide a ministry such as this one or other ministries at the Little Red Church. Plate has passed. Whatever you're able to give is wonderful. It is hugely appreciated by us. And I have to thank my Billies one more time because they're just here offering their time and treasure and talent. And I really, the church and me appreciate that. So we'll pass the plate, we'll play some music, and we have one more tune for you. And then we shall think about, we have lemonade. And I think we have some goodies, I think. They'd be pretty meager, but I think we have some.
The beginning of it? The G?
Thank you all so much for your generosity. And I meant to say in the beginning of this hour that you'll notice there's some junk in the corner there. And there's a new office being built here. There are efforts being made to turn this outside area of our church more and more into an outdoor sanctuary so that anybody can come by, and eventually we'll have some beautiful benches made, the playground fixed up, in addition to our children's books, to the library, beautiful flowers, paint job, and sprucing up our memorial garden, and just adding things that we feel will invite you into our space at any time, just to come and be here and sit under the apple tree. Bring your helmet, take your chances. So we're in a bit of a transition now, but I wanted you to know that more and more it's really our hope and our prayer that you will consider this space your space as well, and a space for your families and for your friends, and all are welcome. So I want to share with you one of my favorite benedictions. It says, "Life is short, and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who make this journey with us. So be swift to love and make haste to be kind. And the blessing of God who made us, who loves us, and who travels with us be with you now and forever. Amen. We'll send you off with one more song, offering you love and peace. May you go through your week remembering your beauty and remembering your worth. And may you remember that you are loved. We finish our time together. And you can stay and visit and have some lemonade and do whatever the Spirit leads you to do. We'll finish with a song called A Prayer Like Any Other. Come on in, you folks. Do you like your chairs? This is written by a Canadian man called Kevin Welsh, and that's all I know. We often sing this when we're together playing music with friends. We sing it at the end of the day, the end of the night when we're finished and it's bedtime. So to you, my friends. It's way past midnight, everyone's asleep. Outside the window, it's quiet on the street. And my bag's all packed, and my guitar too. Taxi's waiting, nothing I can do. Oh Lord, keep your eye, my friend. I just feel better knowing that you're watching them. You know I gotta roll, take a little spin while I'm gone. Keep your eye, my friend. Gotta get home, only way I know. On dark road, muddy and slow. One of these days, I'll come back. The creek don't rise, stuff like that. Oh Lord, keep your eye on this place. Keep it warm, keep it safe. You know I rely on your saving grace. While I'm gone, keep your eye on this place. This is just a prayer like any other. Nothing more, nothing less. A prayer like any other. One more time, won't you please say yes? Oh Lord, keep your eye on me. You know how foolish and reckless I can be. Light my way so I can see. Oh Lord, keep your eye on me. Oh Lord, keep your eye on this place. Oh Lord, keep your eye on my friends. Thank you all very, 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 very much today here. And we will do this again sometime. And thank you to Loren, our special guest, and to Liz and Di, and I love to Susan. And
All the
God
best.
bless you.
We have one more person we want to thank today. Of course, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing here without the amazing help of sound. And we just really appreciate Andrew Stone, who comes willingly, thank you, with such a perky attitude, goes and picks up the sound system, brings it over, sets it up, does the sound check. So we made you some chocolate chip cookies.
Liz made you chocolate chip cookies.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you very much.